Okay, chill. Okay, record. Alright. Oh shit. Alright, part 2. What if Izuku was what if he had a secret relationship? We left off where Izuku was at UA. And my bad, other video was kinda fucked up, I ain't gonna front. Cause I was playing Warzone and bitches was pissing me off. So yeah. Anyways, left off where they was at UA. Shigaraki said that Momo was his loved one and shit like that, like his niece, and she doesn't know that Shigaraki is her uncle. So yeah. Oh no, fuck all that shit. I ain't gonna have no fucking nieces and shit. Hell no. I was just saying stuff and be honest with you. But yeah, we ain't gonna have all that shit. As he says, alright. As they basically, as the UA gates open. It's basically like 3 levels. One of them is a UA gate. The second one is like a key card scan, and the third one is a metal detector. Or it's just 2 of them. The gate open and it's a key card. So they enter the key card, a fake key card, as they all walk in. As they say, "Alright, this is gonna be awesome." As they get to the front door, as the siren, let's say the cameraman says, "Shit, those are villains." As he rings the siren. As he rings the siren, everybody is like, "What the hell?" As Aizawa says, probably just some random things, or just a test. Everyone sit down and stay here. Time skip by 10 minutes. He didn't come back. 10 minutes. He comes back into 10 minutes. As he sees the students gone. As he says, "What the hell? Where did they go?" As he uses handy dandy tracking skills and tracks them down. He find them at class 1B. Or class the class 1B, or the 1B side of the UA, basically, or he find them at class 1B side of UA, basically in the living room type part, main room type part. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Basically pinned down by a bunch of villains. As you know, as he says, "Where's All Might?" Izuku says, "Where's All Might?" As everyone is like, "All Might? Where is All Might?" Not like, where the fuck is All Might? And in this one, I say he's about like 50% of, or like 25% of Izuku's strength. As Izuku says, "No one wants to talk." As they see, no. He says he says, "Oh, no one wants to talk." As they see a shadow. They only see the shadow's leg. As he says, "Please handle them and make them talk. I don't want to get my hands dirty. Plus, I'm saving my strength for All Might." As basically I don't think All Might can take fucking one punch. Fucking flick. What you talking about? He's about like, I want to say, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. Anyways, Izuku is, everyone's like, "Where's All Might? Where's All Might?" As one kid says, I don't know. As he says, "Huh." As he looks at a little, at Bakugo, as Bakugo widens his eyes, saying, "Izuku?" As he says, "Oh, did he call him Katron?" Nah. He says, "Oh, Katsuki." He says, "Oh, Katsuki, what are you doing here?" He says, I didn't think you were weak. I didn't think you're weak ass kid ever get into UA." As he chuckles, as he says, as Bakugo, let's get to Bakugo in his head. Bakugo in his head says, I'm on my successor. He can't be here now. I need to focus. As he looks at Izuku, as he's scanning the room, as he says, Bakugo, don't try anything stupid. As Bakugo says, Bakugo is like, he like tenses back, he tenses down. He don't tense up, he tenses down. As, I don't know how the fuck to say it, like, basically, like, he calmed down. As he looks, he's still scanning the room. He sees that there are 3 villains on each side. As he says, as he says, dark matter, spiritual bomb. As he says, tag. As he basically, you know, he says, he looks at all of them. As he says, you're it, you're it, you're it. As he says, explode. As basically they all die. Or they, the fuck, man, my bad. They all explode, basically. But they don't die, they get like injured. They all pass out. As Izuku says, as Bakugo basically rushes Izuku. Let's say Bakugo was stronger. In the beginning of MHA, he was stronger than Izuku. So let's say that he can pretend he can hold by like 7. That's too fucking overpowered. I mean, slow down a little bit. He can hold by like 47% of all what the fuck is it called? All for one, all for one for all, of one for all. This is called one for all. He can hold that like 47% of all one for all. As he says this might hurt, but as he says 50%. As he rushes Izuku, and Izuku says he sidesteps, making Bakugo fall onto the wall. As he says, why are you doing this? As he turns around. As he says, everyone is like, he says, you're the same age as me. He says, you're the same age as me. He says, all you need to do is talk, and I could probably help you. As he says, you can come to UA and be on the hero side. As everybody's like, he's the same age as Bakugo. As he says, no, I don't think so. You see, this hero world is corrupted. Hold on, let me, I'll be right back, cause I'm finna get a speech real quick. Alright. Izuku says, wake up to reality. Nothing ever goes as planned in this accursed world. The longer you live, the more you realize that the only thing that truly exists in this reality are merely pain, suffering, and futility. Everywhere you look in this world, wherever there's light, there will always be shadows to be found, as well as long as there is a concept of victors. The vanquished will always exist. The selfish intent of wanting to preserve peace, initiate wars, and hatred is born in order to protect love. As everybody's like, damn, that shit was deep. No, but the fuck, they all look at Izuku, basically. They all look at Izuku basically like, as Izuku finishes his speech, he says, since you're somewhat of a friend, I'll give you a chance and I won't kill you. As Bakugo says, he says, I might be on my successor, but I can't let him kill me. And he says, and I won't. As he says, 100%. As his body turns like Izuku's, but basically, or when they was fighting, I forgot the nigga name. I don't really know his name. when with the shit, they both came and they uppercutted that nigga. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I feel like y'all do if you ever watch MHA. I ain't watch it all the way. I just seen some clips of that shit. So yeah, that's what happened. Yeah. Oh, my body's. Anyways, he says he does that as Izuku basically Izuku basically says, or he says, that shit. He says, this is very sad that I have to do this to you, Bakugo. As he says, you merely can take 25% of my power with me trying. As he says, your power is weak. That he says, whatever that quirk is called, it is very weak compared to mine. As Izuku says now, you wouldn't want your mother to. He says you wouldn't want your Mitsuki to find a dead body on her porch, would you? As he says, as Bakugo is basically like, what the hell? As time skip to where basically, or no, time skip, no. As Bakugo deactivates 100%, falling down from exhaustion. As he passes out, as everybody looks at him, as they say, they all say he's stronger than I thought. As he says, Izuku says now, he says, we'll give all my 5 minutes. If he doesn't come in 5 minutes, we'll start killing you off by the second. Time skip, 4 minutes and 30 seconds. As he says, 30 seconds left, 15 seconds left, 5, 4. As Izuku says, as he dodges a punch from someone, saying, I won't let you hurt my students. As he says, All Might, you finally came here. Where's that piece of shit Hero Endeavor? I need to have a word with him too. As he says, you won't be hurt in Japan. He says you won't be hurt in Japan. You made a deal. As he says, you actually think I keep up with that? As he chuckles. As he says, stupidity. As he looks at him, as All Might says, damn it, he's stronger than me. I only have about 10 minutes. As he says, Texas smash 75%. Or knowing Izuku has to go 100%. He says going 100% will boost my timer down by a lot. As he says, but I have to protect these students. As he says 25%. He says 25. Well, he says 100%. As his arm gets bigger and bigger. As he says, Texas smash. As he rushes him with the Texas smash. As Izuku lets it hit him. As he says, oh, that merely shook my body. How about I hit you? As he time skip. Or as he rushes him. He rushes all my time skip. About a week. Stop. About a week, we see Izuku banging Mitsuki cheeks. Nah, I'm playing. But yeah, give it about a week. As Izuku's arm is broken. As he says, damn heroes. As he says, that damn, what's his name? That damn Aizawa broke my arm. As Izuku basically, he walks into the house as Bakugo is basically at UA still. As they install the norm and shit like that. As they don't dare tell the parents who the fuck attacked UA. Because if they think if they do, then they out of that school, fucking talking about. As basically they just told them it was a minor you know, minor shit. So they just decided to add him. As he said, as Izuku says, he walks into the door of Mizuki, sitting on the couch, watching TV. As she's sitting on the couch watching TV. Well, she's laying down on the couch watching TV. As he whooshes behind her, well, not behind her. He whooshes like behind the couch, saying Mizuki. As she jumps and turns around. She says, "Oh, you scared me." As he says, "Sorry." He says, "So did you hear what happened at UA?" As she says, "No." She says, "Yeah, some psycho ran in there with a knife, so they're installing dorms now." As he says, "Oh yeah." She says, "Oh yeah." As he says, when is Baku going to be home?" As he says, I think he's going to be staying at UA. I can't handle his smart mouth. It's hard. As he says, you know what else is hard? Isn't it? I'm playing. But yeah, he says, okay. As he says, "Hey, Mizuki." As he body fixes in front of the couch, sitting on the other side of the couch, saying, "You might be older than me by 20 years, but that doesn't stop anything." As he basically goes behind Mizuki, as she says, "What are you doing, Izuku?" Getting up from the couch, as he's behind her again, and she turns around and gets spooked and fall down. As she says, "Izuku, are you okay?" As Izuku, without saying a word, he walks up to her. As he grabs her shoulders, as he pulls her into a hug. As she says, huh? As Izuku basically says, he says, what should he say? Basically, this is, she says, she says, "Izuku, what's wrong, do you?" As he says, "Hey, how about I take you out on a real date?" As he breaks the hug. As she says, "Okay." She says, "Okay." Time skip. She's ready, and she's dressed in a white dress with a ruby necklace and a ruby, what's that bitch called? Bracelet, with the ruby bracelet with diamonds. Let's say Izuku bought it for her and shit. As he says, "You look." As he bites his lips, saying a snack. As she blushes, saying, "No, I'm just old." As he says, in his mind, he says, "Yeah, you're old, but still, damn." As time skip, they're at their date. Let's say the cashier comes and sees Izuku. As Izuku says, he does a face transformation, but Mitsuki, she still, basically Mitsuki still sees his face the same, but he doesn't. The other people don't. So yeah. Yeah. That's about it. So yeah. That was real quick. But yeah, as she says, Izuku, as she tells her what I just told y'all, she can see my face, you can see my face normally, but they can't. I think I'm someone else. As he says, "Oh, okay." As time skip, they are in the restaurant. As she says, "Are you sure I can get anything?" This is, as she says, "Yeah, anything." As he's just staring at her. As she looks up to see Izuku staring at his staring at his whatchamacallit, at this little thing where you order food from. She says, um, this is, she says, he said I could order anything. As she says, I guess I'll get she says, I guess I'll get the pasta. As says the seafood pasta. As Izuku gets he gets the seafood boil. Basically, it's like potatoes and shit like that. I don't know. Or no, it's not. He gets a steak, medium, a little bit under medium rare. Or no, fuck that shit. He gets a steak, a little bit undercooked or cooked, straight cooked. As he gets that, he gets it straight cooked. He gets it. He like straight cooks it. I said, yeah, I guess it really don't fucking matter what type of steak he get. He gets a steak. Yeah. As the cashier comes, or the waitress comes, she looks at Izuku. Basically, that's eye candy for girls. So she says, "Oh, hey, do you mind if you know?" As she winks at him, as he says, either order me my food, or as she says, yeah. As Izuku, basically Izuku got jealous there. As she puts her head down, as Izuku basically like, she's jealous. As Izuku says, he orders them everything. As he already pays for it, and yeah, he pays for it, and yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I guess after that happens, let's say she gets a little bit tipsy again. She's not fully drunk, but she's tipsy. As Izuku says, oh, let's say he says, as they're walking out, he wraps her arms behind her, around her waist, as basically her butt is like, by his dick. As she says, Izuku, as he says, yeah, don't worry about it, just get in the car. As he opens the door, as he's being a little tipsy, even though being from his quirk, he did drink a lot. So yeah, as he says, oh shit, as he says, I don't think I can make it to your house, Mitsuki. Okay, so we'll stay at a hotel. As they go to a random hotel, as they stop there. It's 5-star. So yeah. They stop there, as basically Izuku, Izuku basically says, and he says, man. And she looks at Mitsuki, says, damn, her body is. As he says, but we have nothing to sleep in. As she says, Izuku, I don't have anything to sleep in. As he hands her shirt, as it being a little bit too big for her, even though Izuku's still, younger. As she says, she goes to go change into her shirt, as she's basically wearing his shirt and and her panties. As she's trying to pull down the shirt a little bit to cover up her panties. As you can basically see like a little bit below her thighs. As she gets on the bed, seeing it's only one bed, as Izuku comes back and gets on her bed too. As let's say Izuku sleeps in his underwear. As she turns around to see Izuku right there. As she says, Izuku says, oh shit. The one. He says, damn it, as he looks at Mizuki, or yeah, Mizuki saying, hey Mizuki, how about we try? How about we do something? As she says, yeah, she says, what is it? As he says, he whispers something in her ear as she blushes hard, saying, no, she says, I'm 40 and old and you're 20 and young. As Izuku says, or she says, I'm 37, I'm old, you're 18. As Izuku says, age is just a number. As he's on top of her. As he says, you see, last night I regretted this. As he says, last night I regretted this. Not the fact that you're one of my friend's mother. It's just the fact that I've known you for such a long time. You're kind of like my mother. As he says, but you aren't. So, as he basically grabs her thighs, squeezing them. As he basically goes up to her pussy. As he starts rubbing it and fingering her. As he says, how long has it been before something entered in here? As she says, how long has it been? He says, how long has it been before something entered in her? As he says, he says, it's been more than a couple years, hasn't it? As she says, yeah. As he says, oh wow. As he says, it feels good. Or she says, it feels so good. As she says, no, stop it. As she comes in Izuku's hand. As she comes in her panties, as she says, that was my only pair. As Izuku says, it'll be fine. I'll let you wear my drawers, my underwear after. As she sighs, as she turns around, looking at Izuku, kissing Izuku, as Izuku basically, kissing Izuku, as Izuku basically, kissing Izuku, as Izuku basically, it's like, you know, let's say he's kissing Izuku, or that's gay. I didn't mean to say he's kissing Izuku, she's kissing Izuku, as Izuku grips her butt, as he starts, gripping and gripping. As she says, no, stop this isn't right. As Izuku says, it's fine. He says it's fine. As he looks at her or she looks at him in his eyes, saying, just this one time. As Izuku, he says, just this one time. As Izuku, as Izuku, removes her panties. Basically, on top of her, fucking her brains out. As, all that shit happened. Whew. This bitch not feeling no fucking 30 minutes. It kind of do, actually, yeah. Anyways, Izuku, as Izuku wakes up, he finds Mitsuki basically on top of him, naked, wrapped around in their sheet, their cover. As Mizuki, or no, yeah. As basically Mizuki, Izuku tries to move as she wakes up, looking at him, kissing him. As she says, he kisses her back. As she says, forget about that kiss. Just what happened last night. As Well, no, she remembers. I can't have her keep forgetting. She says, he says last night, as she she bites her lip, saying that was fun. As Izuku says, yeah, it was. As time skip, she says, yeah, it was. Yeah. As Izuku is basically, Izuku's basically, he says, yeah, that was fun. How about from now on, me and you are girlfriend and boyfriend? As she says, no, that was a one-time thing. As she gets up as she's about to get up, but feeling she has no clothes on, she stays there. As she says, oh, and your clothes, they're all gone. You soaked those up last night. As she chuckles, he chuckles, saying that. As he says, I never knew you could be that rough. As she says, shut up, Izuku. Time skip. Izuku's home. Izuku's home. As Izuku's home. As Mizuki's also home. As her pussy just throbbing. As she looks at Izuku in the kitchen. As she says shit. As she walks in the kitchen. Or no, her pussy is throbbing. She's in the kitchen. She's cooking as she's thinking about Izuku. As Izuku walks up behind her, touching her dress, saying, how about we take this off? As she says, no, that was a one-time thing. We can't do that anymore. As Izuku says, that's sad. As she says, that's sad. As he grabs her. He says, that's sad. I honestly thought that. As he chuckles, saying, I thought that you loved me. As she says, I do. It's just that. As he says, then let me fuck you again, Mizuki. As she says, I can't take it. My pussy's throbbing from last night. As Izuku basically, she says, no. As she says, I'm the older one here. I have to take control. She says it in her head. She says it in her head. She says, I'm the older one here. I have to take control. As Izuku basically says, I try at least, but you do still love me, right? As she says, of course. As she kisses him, as she kisses him, as he start tongue kissing and shit. As she starts kissing him and shit. As tongue kissing him. As he grabs her waist, as she grabs her cheeks, saying, as she says, you're getting too touchy. As he says, alright, Mrs. Or he says, alright, Miss Mitsuki. As he says, I'm gonna change that last name. As he chuckles, wishing away. As she says, damn it, I love him so much. And that's where I'm gonna end it off. Whew. I think I might make part 3 right after this too. Yeah, I am. So, Austin McCormick, don't go texting, don't go commenting. When are you making part 2, okay? Okay? I'm making it right after this. After this bitch get uploaded, listen. I just want you to listen. After it get uploaded, I'm gonna make it, okay? Okay? Like, whew. All I see in the comments. Part 2. Like, what are you making part 2? Like, chill, man. Anyways, yeah. So hope y'all enjoyed this video. And Austin McCormick, you heard me, bro. I'm making part 2 after this. So yeah, shout out to you though, like no cap. Yeah, but